The House and the Senate are back in session after the President's Day recess, and the top agenda item is funding for the Department of Homeland Security. The House has already passed the bill, so it's the Senate's turn to take up the legislation, and they've got a deadline of Friday when the funding expires. So we expect to see the Senate to consider it early in the week. If necessary, it'll go back to the House. Now, we're really following a couple of hearings in both chambers. On Tuesday, Janet Yellen, the chairman of the Federal Reserve Board of Governors, is going to testify before the Senate Banking Committee. She'll testify before the House Financial Services Committee on Wednesday. This is her semi-annual report to Congress, and it'll discuss the state of the economy. We're also following a hearing on Thursday in the House Energy and Commerce Committee, and it's on patent reform and specifically on demand letters, which is a big concern for many credit unions. It's hard to believe, but GAC is just 2 weeks away. We're so excited that we're going to have nearly 5,000 credit union advocates in Washington, and even more excited to take them to the Hill to meet members of Congress and congressional staff. There are a host of materials available on CUNA's website under the Advocacy tab. We've got legislative briefing documents. We have congressional meeting outlines. We even have this document we call the 60-second talking points. Each of our issues in a quadrant of a page, so you can fold it up, put it in your jacket pocket. You've got it for your elevator speech, even when you're in an elevator. And we also have material on our advocacy app. In fact, that's going to be a communication tool we're going to be relying on even more than we have in the past. Between now and GAC, we'll update our talking points. They'll be on our website, but they'll also be on the advocacy app. So if there are changes on the go, our advocates will have that material. It's going to be a great time, and we're looking forward to seeing everyone. There are 3 things that I need you to do before you come to Washington, D.C. The first is review the material on the website, from the briefing documents to the meeting outline, and also the congressional checklist, which lists all the things we're asking Congress to do for credit unions. Make sure you understand that information when you get to D.C. The second is bring your examples of how regulatory burden has impacted your credit union and impeded the service to your members. Talk with your colleagues. Everybody has a different experience, but make sure that when you come to Washington, you're able to tell policymakers, whether they're congressional staff, members of the House or the Senate, specific examples of the regulatory burden you face, things that are unnecessary, that if they were done away with, you could serve your members better. And the third thing that I need folks to do is download the Advocacy app. Search for CUNA Advocacy app in the App Store or the Google Play Store. Download that app because we're going to use that to update our material even throughout the conference. There'll be new information that's put on that app. When you go home, that app is also valuable because we'll have videos, talking points, everything you need to stay engaged as a credit union advocate after the GAC. We're looking forward to seeing everyone.